I told you guys I'd probably be able to, not be able to upload that video last night, and I was right. But I wanted to get it out here before the Canada Day game today at 3:07. It is almost 2:30 right now. So I wanted to get this one out to you guys, talking about last night's ball game between the Blue Jays and the Rays, and a very nice start to this 5-game stretch in 4 days for the Jays playing the Tampa Bay Rays. And the story of the game was Yusei Kikuchi, guys. How many times do we have to say that when this man just pounds the strike zone, everything else works? It just does. Now, albeit you're not playing the greatest offense. Tampa this year offensively, they've really struggled. But with Yusei Kikuchi, who's been abysmal all month long, and we talked about in the last video, you have him going, you have no Romano. We didn't think they had Simber, but they used him for a third day in a row. It didn't look pretty. But Yusei Kikuchi goes out there, pounds the strike zone, and what that does, that allows him to go outside the strike zone to get a lot of swing and miss. Because he's pounding the zone, he's getting them in swing mode, and then when they start swinging, they're not at good pitches. We'll talk about him very shortly, but let's get to how this game went about. Bottom of the second inning, with Alejandro Kirk on base with an infield single. He got those little legs a-chugging on that infield single the second. Hernandez comes up, and it's a ball up over the plate, and he crushes this thing off the facing of the fourth deck, and the Jays are up 2-0 in the bottom of the second. A really nice start. You got a multi-run lead in the early goings of the game after Kikuchi so far has gone 2 scoreless innings. It's exactly what you want to see. Top of the fourth inning, Isaac Paredes hits a solo bomb, absolutely destroys this one to a second deck down the left field line. But it's a 2-1 game. You know, it was only a solo shot. And we talked about Kikuchi. Yeah, he'll give up his fair share of home runs, but when his stuff is on, there won't be a lot of base runners. So there are going to be a lot of solo bombs like that one. And he does an incredible job through 6. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, with Gurriel on base after a bloop single into I'd say more or less right center field, but, the right fielder got the ball. I don't know. It was in that area. Kind of Bermuda Triangle type deal. But it drops in for a single. And Espinal comes up, and it's a ball up in the zone, up and in. And he must have seen it early because he turns on it, gets barreled the ball, crushes the left field. Question is, does it have enough wings? And it does. A 2-run shot for Espy, and the Blue Jays are now up 4-1. They got a 3-run advantage here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Some incredible stuff need to happen now. Phelps does a great job. Nice play by Teoscar Hernandez in right field, the sliding catch. And then Adam Simber locks the game down, and the Blue Jays win it 4-1. Let's break down this game a little bit. Now, obviously, I don't want this video to be too long, so I want you guys to be able to watch it and then get ready for the next one. Albeit, won't get so much traction this game. But you know what? My oath is to get this video out to you guys. And here we are. And I'll be talking to Raptor fans very shortly about the Otto Porter stuff and the Boucher and Thad Young stuff. George Springer went 1 for 2 in the game. He walked. He got on base 2 of the 3 times he came to the dish. I think he might have got hit by a pitch as well. I can't remember exactly because he only has 2 ABs and 1 walk. He didn't only have 3 ABs in the game. So I can't remember how that happened. But Teoscar Hernandez had a big night in the office. 3 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs on the 2-run shot that he hit. Espinal went 2 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs and a home run. 9 hits total for the Blue Jays. Get this one. They only struck out 2 times in the game. They walked 3 times. Their approach to the plate was decent, right? They had 9 hits. They got a little bloop help, and they had, the Kirk infield single. But you got to make teams pay for those mistakes. And both times, on a blooper and an infield single, you made them pay. 2 2-run bombs were the entire offense for the Blue Jays yesterday, and you won 4-1. We talk about it always, guys. Pitching and defense wins you games, right? Well, not only did Kikuchi and the bullpen do a fantastic job last night, Matt Chapman. I mean, we know he's been great defensively, but I look at a game last night and I'm like, man, this guy's not human. You watch that play in that, I believe it was the 6th inning I can't remember when it was. They had 2 on and nobody out. And it's a chopper on the third baseline. He easily picks it and has the wherewithal to go over the base, touch the base, and fire it on a first on a line to get the double play. That is not as easy of a play as he makes it look. Because you got to focus, right? When you get the ball, you think, okay, do I have time here? Do I have time here? Well, you see how smoothly he touches the base and his footwork incredible to set him up for a beautiful throw to first. It's just remarkable. And then he gets another ground ball in a very similar spot on the back end, settles down, throws a seed, gets him out. Then let's talk about that Trent Thornton inning. I believe, in the 7th. Guy at third, less than 2 out. Shout out to Trent Thornton. We yapped him in a couple of games ago because we said this is not a high leverage inning guy. But he went out there in the 7th in a 2-1 ball game, which we're all nervous about. And it's a guy at third with 1 out. And we're like, oh, here we go again. Gets a strikeout and gets the pop out from Mejia down the left field line. Matt Chapman makes an incredible run on this ball and, being great defensively, makes the catch to end that massive inning. Pitching and defense winning you games. It's remarkable how far that can take you. It really is. Yusei Kikuchi, guys, phenomenal. 6 innings pitched, only allowed 4 hits. There were 6. We talk about his stuff being nasty. He walked 1 guy. 1 over 6. He only allowed 4 hits. Yeah, because when you're in the strike zone, you're not going to give up a whole lot. Had the 1 run allowed, the solo bomb. He had 8 punch-outs because he was pounding the strike zone, making them swing happy, and then making them chase out of the zone because they were ready for strikes. They weren't just waiting for ball. No. They were in swing mode yesterday, and he got them. And he went 6 innings of 8 strikeout ball and only allowed 4 hits and a walk and 1 run. He was outstanding. What a way to end the month of June for Kikuchi, and we're really hoping that this is a sign of things to come for Kikuchi down the road, because you're going to need him down the stretch. We talked about how, man, this rotation's shaky with Berrios being and Kikuchi being and Gausman before his last start being okay, right? And Manoah's just going to be Manoah, but Ross Stripling, he's been great, but do you really expect it to be like that the rest of the season? We don't know. So there's a lot of question marks. But then you look at the last time through the rotation, Manoah did what he did. Obviously, allowed 3 runs over like 7 innings, but again, that's a quality start, so it's fine. You know, Gausman was phenomenal in his last outing. Stripling was 5 innings, a couple runs against the Red Sox. Kikuchi was phenomenal today. So the narrative might be a little different, but the one thing that stays true is the bullpen help. I don't care what they did yesterday. They still need help. All right? Now, let's get to today's ball game, which happens in about 25 minutes. Actually, probably about half an hour, 3:07 first pitch. Corey Kluber and Jose Berrios. We know the splits for Jose on home and road. You're at home. It's Canada Day. You know, it's going to be a good one, all right? So he gets the start, 3:07 at Rogers Center. Game 2 of the 5-game stretch against the Tampa Bay Rays at Rogers Center, all right? So, Jays fans, you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game last night, smack the like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game last night. Everything towards that game last night. Let me know in the comments. Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Nation, of course, later on this evening, as the Jays take on the Rays in Game 2 of the 5-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays and Canada Day. It's going to be a jam one at Rogers Center, 3:07 first pitch. Corey Kluber, Jose Berrios in about half an hour's time. All right, as the Jays look to win their back-to-back games, look to win 4 of the last 5 games. Like, we're slowly looking at this like, okay, they're back to 10 over 500 at 43-33, but they're looking to continue to win ball games. You can't worry about any other team. Focus on yourself, especially when you're facing a divisional team like the Rays and the Red Sox a couple of days ago. All right, so you know what, guys? And I'll tell you the Raptors edition very shortly. Like I said, Boucher, Thad Young, and Otto Porter Jr. We're talking about that very shortly. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game last night. We'll talk to you guys then.